Respected Dr. Valiathan, Dr. Damodaran, Achut Shankar, John Samuel, ladies and gentlemen. I take it as a privilege to participate in this August function, in this award ceremony to Dr. Achut Shankar, a well-deserving award which I hope will inspire many professionals and social scientists to carry out the task and research in his tradition. I am very happy to get emotionally attached to this Makam Ali Foundation. I was very closely, personally, with Dr. Karim and other functionaries of Makam Ali Foundation. Really, our society needs very active role to be played by these type of non-profit making foundations and research associates. There are many foundations and corporations like RAND Corporation of USA who are non-profit making body but carry out very intensive research in social, technological, and financial areas. Luckily, we are in a society where there is a super highway of information with our internet and satellite communication. Immense amount of knowledge is available, but management of this knowledge is not to that effect. That is one of the major problems what we face in this the present scenario. I happened to give a talk in a defense scientists and functionaries at Hyderabad last week. One question asked after the presentation was, how ISRO could marvel its performance when compared to the many other departments of the nation. I was associated from the beginning of ISRO, from 1966 onwards. I joined with Dr. Kalam, and I could work with him for about 25 years. Then I answered them. It was the unique work culture that ISRO has built. During 60s and 70s, ISRO faced many problems. We had many failures. Information was not available, and research papers were not available. We had only textbook knowledge at that time. It was a very hard task to work in a cutting-edge technology area like space. Then it was Dr. Sarabhai's work culture that helped us to reach the ISRO in the present status. It is now in par with many other advanced nations in its many missions. Not only that, it is the most cost-effective space programs are evolved in ISRO. In 1973, Dr. Kalam took over as the project director of SLV-3. I was also a member of the team. Then in 75, we didn't know how to manage such a huge, complex technological projects, which has got around 100 work centers throughout India. We happened to meet and discuss with the managerial experts from India and abroad. Dr. Von Braun came to India. You know Von Braun. I don't know, many of you know about it. We all know, even school children know, the Armstrong who landed the moon. But what is the project director of that project was Armstrong, a Jew who migrated to USA during Hitler's time. He was the father of V2, first V2 rocket that was used by Second World War by Germans, by Hitler. And Von Braun, we met him. We asked him how you could achieve Apollo program to land man on the moon. Without, at that time, even the computational facilities were very poor. Information flow was very poor. That was not even computer design, drawing, CAD was not available. And with all these limitations, how you could achieve such a big feat? He answered, it was the design management, non-conformity management, quality management, safety management. You had to evolve these techniques. Otherwise, you will never be able to achieve such type of complex technological projects. Kalam entrusted that task to me. He asked me, you develop that management system. Then my team searched most of the literature, NASA and ESA literature, and evolved a very effective management system to manage the very complex technological and scientific projects. Now ISRO is following that, and defense also is following the same thing. Now why I am telling this one is that unless this management of this system is not evolved in any field, whether in healthcare or in transportation or in social projects, we will never be able to achieve. The knowledge may be available, but knowledge cannot be used effectively. This was one of the reasons why ISRO could achieve its reputation of present today. We had suffered quite a lot. We were a laughing stock at the time. So many failures. Even people used to shout at us while we are going in the bus. And ISRO people, even during Bandh and Hartal period, many used to throw crackers to us. Many scientists lost their hearing due to this. Still we went. We never missed a single Hartal or Bandh day. We worked very hard. I think this is the unique work culture. And not only that, when the first SLV-3 failure happened in 1979, at that time our chairman took the entire responsibility. He told, I am fully responsible for this failure, not the team, the project team. And next year, 1980, when we succeeded the project, Professor Dhawan told the team is responsible. The entire congratulation goes to him. This is the unique work culture that ISRO is following. I think we have to follow in our social projects. Now, where we are in our governance, in Kerala or what it might be, most of our projects fails. I was told Sir CP built the first concrete road from Trivandrum to Cape Comorin within 18 months. Our bypass at Koilon and Alleppey, even after 30 years, it is nowhere. I am staying in Shastamangalam. The water supply system built at that time, around more than 100 years back, has never failed even a single time. But our present pipes are bursting every week. There will be a big report and how much financial losses and how much hardship to the citizens. This is the lack of the quality. And not only this, our many projects, what we are having, the liquid nitrogen program and Vallarpadam projects, we never do the homework. Our quality of governance has gone down to the bottom level. So far, we were lucky we were in the God's own country. There is no earthquakes, there is no floods, there is no cyclone, there is no extreme temperatures, and our relatives work in very hard environment in Middle East. They have sent around 1.4 lakh crores to Kerala for their enjoyment, even though we people don't work. But what is going to happen? The oil price, it was $120 in 2014, is now hovering around $47. This will have a major impact on the finance of these Middle East countries, where around 27 lakhs of Keralais are working. That means even in spite of the fact that we have maintained a very good quality of life in Kerala, this is not going to be maintained in future. We may have to go to northeastern states. Our children, our grandchildren will have to go to the northeastern states to find their jobs if Kerala is going like this. For my message is that our governance has to be improved, information and knowledge has to be managed properly, and organization like Wakamoli Foundation should have a major role in that. Even the media, they sensitize the trivial issues, not the creative issues. Oh, that has to be changed. Otherwise, Kerala is going to head into a major catastrophe. Therefore, I feel the awardees, intellectuals, scholars, and we all common people has to play a very important role in bringing the quality governance to Kerala. I think that has reached to the, irrespective of any front it is ruling. We have to be very vigilant about this. Otherwise, our society will have to. I once again congratulate today's awardee, and I hope many more people will be inspired, and I wish all the success for the awardee, and thanks very much for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much.